Hello. So, I guess just start off by telling us
You or that?
whatever makes you comfortable.
I don't know. I guess I'll just talk to you, right?
Yeah. Talk to us about who you are, what you do, and that's it. We'll start with that.
Alyssa is my name. I am the founder of Dine LI. I'm the owner of A Pound and a Half Cookies and Cupcakes Inc. And I used to be a wine rep. So it's a little bit about like my background. So Dine LI is a Facebook group. We have over 25,000 members. All of them are from Long Island. So basically we're a restaurant group. We try to help the restaurants during the pandemic and even prior to the pandemic. Every day, we try to keep a restaurant in business, and people post reviews, people post comments, they post recommendations, people post feedback, and we actually allow restaurants to advertise and don't charge them at all. It's a volunteer-based group. We don't make any money off of it. We don't get any kickbacks. We don't get any free food. It's just something that we do out of the kindness of our hearts to help a struggling industry. I've been in this industry for about 10 years now. I started in it when I was 16. I was a cashier at a little Italian supermarket over in Woodbury, and I worked my way into the bakery department, which is how I learned really how to bake. And I took that knowledge and I went to school for a year to be a teacher, Monmouth University. Decided I did not want to do that anymore, so I went to culinary school out in Suffolk Community College, and got a degree in baking and pastry. I opened my company when I was about 18, and still in business today. I specialize in cupcakes and cookie cakes. So and then I just have the group, and I just do both for now.
Yeah. So why did you create the group in the first place?
So the real reason was that I'm in a bunch of restaurant groups, and none of them were letting the restaurants have a voice. And being that I was in the wine spirits field, I dealt with restaurants all day long, every day. And they would always say, like, oh, we should get more people in the door. Or I dealt with a lot of new restaurants, too, so I was trying to get them exposure. And one of the restaurant groups I was on was just this wasn't, like, pleasant to look at. And I'm like, I want to do something that is pleasant to look at. And so I started my own with my mom one day. I texted my mom and my friend Susan, and I said, you think we should do this? Like, I think it's just going to be for fun. And they're like, all right, might as well. And in our first night, we had 2,000 members. And
Wow.
we're like, oh, okay, like, this is going to be a thing. And so I took it kind of as I was at my accounts. I was just posting pictures of my lunches. And when you were a wine rep, you had to eat at, like, every single account. How I'm not, like, 300 pounds is beyond me. But, so I would just take pictures of the food I was eating, and I just post on the group, and then I would do giveaways, and I just tried to grow the group. So if anyone invited 10 friends, I got an entry, and kind of helped start the group.
Mm-hmm.
And the group really took off during the pandemic. I actually got the inspiration from one of my former coworkers. He posted all the menus of his accounts that were doing takeout and delivery when everything shut down, and the ones who were doing family meals. And I was like, all right, I can implement this into my group. And I made an album of every single takeout and delivery menu and family meal menu I could find. And then it turned into, all right, the album was getting annoying because you had to constantly scroll. So then I took it to, all right, I'm going to make this by town. So I spent, I think it was like 17 hours, like in like mid-March, or I forgot when it was. And I made a list of every single restaurant that was open doing takeout and delivery by town. It was like, I think it's like 55 pages long. I still have it. And then that evolved to outdoor seating, and then that evolved to outdoor heaters. So I still have these lists that I kind of keep up and like let everybody know, like, hey, like, this is what's going on at this place. Mm-hmm. And in the pandemic, we grew about 10,000 members. Just from helping the restaurants and letting them promote themselves, and telling people like they're still here, like they still need our help. And it's kind of like where we are today, and just we're evolving every day.
Yeah, so I being in the marketing field and doing all that, I'm in a bunch of food groups and eating groups, like Long Island based things. And something that I've noticed about your group specifically is you personally are doing a lot of the work and a lot of the posting, and you're doing a lot of curating of the content. You're making sure that people are acting according to the rules and staying in touch. Was that always part of your strategy to grow this thing, or was it more just like it became a byproduct of what you were doing?
I'm kind of a control freak. Very OCD. Like, I like to run things my way. But I have like lightened up through running this group, and as it got like bigger and bigger. But I do like to keep like a positive vibe. I don't want any negativity. I don't want any bashing. I just want it to be like a page where it's like, I want to eat. Like, where do I go? Like, I don't need any like of the political nonsense. I don't need someone complaining that they waited 2 minutes too long for their food. Like, that's not the vibe I want to bring in to the group. I want everything to be positive. I want everything to be fun. And obviously, every experience isn't going to be great. Like, I can tell you 1,000 places that I went to that I don't like, you know? But am I going to go on there and be like, all right, I went to this place, it sucked? Like, no, I'm not going to. I'm just, even if it did suck, I still want to help them because I have different tastes than you, and I have different dietary restrictions than someone else. Like, I personally can't eat seafood. I know people who can't eat, gluten-free and stuff like that. So, like, there's a lot of restaurants that, even though I can't help them, like a lot of sushi places and a lot of seafood places where I personally can't, eat at, I still want to help them even though I can't, eat their food. But
yeah.
So it's really just a great platform.
So what I've been searching for is the connection between you and the creatives. And I think there's a number of them, but the one that just came to mind that I want to bring up before I forget it is a lot of creatives are trying their best to get noticed on social media, trying their best to build an audience. And that's something that you've done very well and very quickly. Is there anything specifically that you think you did that pushed that growth, or do you think you were just like super lucky? Because I don't think you were just super lucky. I think there was a lot that went into it.
I think just like being in the industry as long as I have, and the connections I have, and being that I did work with 110 restaurants when I had my job, that kind of helped grow in the group. But Facebook moms groups have been a really big thing for me. Like, anytime someone posts like, oh, I'm looking for somewhere to go eat, if I don't post join Dine LI, I see people posting, oh, you should you should join Dine LI. Like, there's always lists. And I just think just all the hard work that I put into it, all the hours I put into it, I think it just kind of just followed me type of thing. Another thing that really helped us is that we do a Gives Back program where we use local restaurants to feed our frontline workers. And in March and May, we raised over $10,000 and fed 105 units. And that kind of got us a lot of people, too, like in the hospital. Like, so we always put like a note saying, like, thank you, like, join our group, blah, blah, blah. And we're doing it again. We're on our 3rd week of it. Started up 3 weeks ago. I think we fed probably about 30 units so far and raised over $4,000.
So what's 30 units? Like, how many people is that?
Every unit's different.
Okay.
We've fed units of 12 up to 50.
Wow.
So it's really depends. I mean, we did, I know the 911 dispatch in Westbury was 50 people. There was a physical therapy there was 2 physical therapy units we did that were 50 people. I know we have a midnight shift that we're doing that's 12 people. So really, I mean, average is about 20, 25, I guess we can say. But depends what time.
So you fed a lot of hungry people.
Yeah, I mean, and the restaurants have been, like, awesome. Like, there's been restaurants who are just like, no, it's on us. There's been, even though they're struggling, like, they're like, no, it's on us. We'll take care of it. Just get us a delivery person. There's been restaurants who are majorly discounting it. And there's restaurants that are just like, look, we can't do anything. And, that's how we raise money. We're here to, we want to help them. We want to pay them. We don't do this, like, I'm not looking for a free meal to send to them. We have the money, that's why we raise the money. Yeah. And 100% of that money goes towards feeding these units. And I won't stop the program until I literally have $0. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm pocketing the money, because I'm not. I just want to make sure that everything is going to where I promised it would go.
Why did you create this group in the first place?
So I really created the group, like I said, because I love this industry. I think I love this industry more than anything. I actually never worked in a restaurant or for a restaurant, but just like learning, like just going to culinary school, dealing with people in the industry, doing a different side of the industry made me just like love and appreciate it a little bit more. These owners, they work their asses off. Like, they gave up their lives. And I own a baking business. It's very successful. And like, I give up my holidays. You know, I'm dreading, you know, Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh, I'm so busy for Valentine's Day. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, I'm exhausted. So like, even though I'm one person, like I can't even imagine what they deal with during the holiday season. Even they have staff. And it's just that I just think this industry really doesn't get enough credit. Like, if an owner is lucky, they see a 10% profit margin, if they're lucky. And it's very rare to see a 10% margin. And it's just, it hurts that, like, my industry was affected so much, along with, there is others, I'm not saying there isn't any others, that were affected. And it's just, I just kind of use the group as like all right, instead of me sulking that I lost my job because I was a COVID, you know, cut off, and like just using the group to just promote and help, you know, these people who are, you know, struggling. I get messages every day from owners that are like, we don't know what to do, like what can we do, like can we do something together, you know, try to get people in the door. And like, I mean, I'll do whatever I possibly can. I mean, I've made countless numbers of ads for restaurants. You know, we do the giveaways 3 times a week. That has been really helpful for social media followers. And, you know, we do promos sometimes. We're going to do one soon with burgeritos to, you know, get people, you know, in here and to help Matt and the movers and everything. And we really just kind of, you know, we've been doing this just to really help. And I like to think that we're successful in helping. I like to say that, you know, every review helps a place stay in business one more day. And it's kind of cool. Like, the group is really supportive. I built a really great community. Everyone is just the members. Like, I consider some of them family. I never even met them in person, but I talk to them so much. Or it's like, you know, it's everyone's wishing. If someone's birthday, like, you'll see 20 comments saying, happy birthday, happy birthday. If it's an anniversary, oh, happy anniversary. Like, and I feel like you don't get that warmth, love, and everything in some other groups. And I'm not bashing any other group. I'm just like, it's just, you know, it's just common knowledge. And, you know, and we try to be a little bit different than the regular, and it's something I've always strived for my whole life, is trying to be different than the rest. And
that itself is a creative endeavor. It's doing things differently than everyone else is inherently creative, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I mean, are there any connections between your world and the creative world maybe that you know, maybe I just didn't think of, or you know, something that maybe you have off the top of your head?
I mean, I guess in general, the restaurant industry is a very creative industry. It's making a menu. And I mean, I made drink menus and I made wine menus, and there's a lot of creativity that goes into that. It's, you know, what pairs well with this wine, or, you know, even doing wine dinners. I did last year, an Orange Swift wine dinner, and it was probably like the coolest thing ever. Like, we got, you know, each wine paired with a different thing, but like the manager, she now owns an event planning business. She like decorated the room, like made sure everything like matched the whole theme of the wine dinner. So like, I mean, you know, when you walk into a restaurant, that whole menu is creative. Someone created that whole menu. And even my baking business too, like, I create every little thing. And it took me years to develop some of my recipes and techniques and everything, but I did it and I stuck with it and it works. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that would be a way that they're together. I mean.
Yeah, I think so too. One that just popped in my head is like a lot of musicians specifically benefit from restaurants or venues, and those venues and restaurants benefit from them. It's a very collaborative effort. Are there, you know, maybe there's some ways that you could work with artists in that, where you know, to benefit the restaurants, maybe there's a way to connect the artists and musicians from this network that you're now a part of to the other network that you have that can give them some more value. Like, maybe that's another solution to help raise the restaurant industry and also the artist industry that's kind of in flux as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of restaurants do look for live music, and a lot of people do look for live music. I can't tell you, there's probably 10 to 20 posts a week saying where can I get live music, where can we get live entertainment. Unfortunately, with COVID rules, live entertainment has been kind of kiboshed or hush-hush. So we're hoping in the new normal that we can continue with a lot of music, and that's where I can come into play. And if anyone wants to play a gig somewhere, like I can kind of introduce them to the right people. Or there's a lot of things that I had planned for last year. I keep thinking it's this year, but it's not.
Yeah, 2021 now.
Yeah, for last year, like I wanted to do like showcase events. I wanted to do all these like really cool things. I had this awesome thing planned for our 1 year, like as a group. Fortunately, it didn't pan out, but I'm hoping like in the new normal, we could do these showcase things. We can have, restaurants showcase their talents, people showcase their musical talents, and work together that way because they kind of need each other, both of them. Usually when you go to a concert, you have to buy food. We don't have to, but for the most part, you buy food or you tailgate. I mean, that's
food has to be involved some way. People
some
have
way,
to eat,
or
right?
or alcohol too. Liquor stores play a big part in our group. We do have a bunch of liquor stores who do promote in our group. We have a bunch of home businesses. We have catering businesses. We have private chefs. So we try to like segment every single part of the food and beverage industry.
So what is your goal with this group? I know you have one very big goal, which is to help the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
But what maybe a more specific or a couple of more specific goals? Like what do you have a number that you're searching for? Like you want to get 50,000 members?
No.
Do you have is there a specific action you want people to take when they come to your group or they join it?
When they join, I just want them to contribute. Like I said before, I think every review helps a restaurant stay in business. And I mean, do I have goals? Kind of. Whatever it turns out to be, it turns out to be. Like it's not, eventually I think I'd like to expand this into different areas, like New York City, different areas of the country, and make this some big thing, maybe off of Facebook. I don't know. I really I think about it all the time, and I'm just like I don't know. I'm like this with it. So I don't know if I have like major goals with it, but like I said, my goal is really to help the industry, and if anything, maybe just like a way to track if like we're actually helping these the restaurants. So it's like to give you an idea, like we have 25,000 members, and maybe like we get like an average of like 100 writing reviews. So it's like even if like I like to see throughout the week.
Okay.
We get a lot of people asking for recommendations, and they don't really tell us where they go. So I'm hoping, I guess, a goal would be like 200 a week, you could say, for people to write 200 people to write reviews a week. So, but we're getting there. I'm trying. Like we implemented the review of the week. So if you write a review, you get entered into the review of the week, and then you can win a little gift card or something that we have, just to kind of entice people to write reviews.
That's cool. I think something that artists can take out of what you just said, going back to you like don't have a specific goal with this thing, or you're just going to take it as it comes and do the best that you can with it when it's there, is that you're not trying to like capitalize.
No.
You're doing it for the right reason, and you're not trying to capitalize in the short term. Maybe in the long term some opportunity will come your way, but for right now you're just doing the right thing, and you're just growing this thing. And that I think a lot of artists sometimes get bogged down in I need to make money from this now. They get bogged down in I gotta take all these gigs and I gotta do this or I have to promote this show and do this. It inhibits the growth of what they're trying to accomplish in the long term.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of saying, like, I have one shot to impress 25,000 people, and it has to be that right shot. And if I do turn it into a business, I have to make sure it's like a legit 100%. I'm not scamming anyone. Like, just I have one shot. I need that one idea that will make, if it comes down to that, making Dine LI into a business and expanding into different areas. But I don't have any clue. I've had little clues. I've had little inspirations. I had ideas I even spoke to you guys about and I'm mad about. But it's just they're not perfect yet, and that's just like what kind of holds me back a little bit, is that I've been doing this for 20 months, so I'm at the point where it's like it is a lot of time, it is a lot of work. Eventually, I do plan on going back into the wine spirits business, hopefully when things, get a little bit better, and I don't want to put this on the back burner, of course. I want to still do 150% of it all the time, but it's a lot of work. There's times where it's like I just want to like go out to eat, and it's just my phone's blowing up because someone's reporting a comment or someone's complaining about this, and I'm just like, like I need a break too. And it's like I don't make any money off of it. I just and I try to answer everyone like right away or at least within 5-10 minutes, unless I'm obviously like I literally can't. But I mean, I don't feel right making money off of it, if that makes any sense. I feel like if I make money off of it, I'm doing it for the wrong reasons.
Would you feel right making money off of it if you knew it was helping?
If I knew it was helping and it's the right idea, yes. But at this point, I don't feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at that point where I don't need to make money off this. I guess it's a little bit different than a musician, but like I said, like I have one shot to impress 25,000 people, and that has to be the right one. And I mean, listen, would I love to make money off the group? Yeah. Do I need to make money off the group? No. I just feel like money can sometimes bring the wrong intentions, and I don't want those intentions to be prominent in my group at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we felt the same way with like the nonprofit side
Mm-hmm.
of things. So there's other networking groups out there that charge money and do all this, and we're trying not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, like if we were to raise money or anything, we definitely want it to go to like a good cause. Like, everyone wants me to start some kind of clothing line with it, t-shirt line or like a hat line. But we would probably take some of that, like most of that money, I would say, besides the production costs and stuff like that, and give it to a struggling server or something like that. Just like to kind of have a charitable aspect and something that's actually helping the industry. But then I'm like, is it going to be enough money? Like, I don't even know if like anyone would buy a shirt that said Dine LI because I mean, I would too. I mean, I always said like, oh, I want something, but I don't even have the right logo. I've been searching for 20 months for the right logo, and I still don't have it. So
got a lot of people right inside this
I know.
That could make that logo
I had
for
Drew
you.
make me a logo.
Oh, that was.
And I loved it, and I took it to my mentor, and he was like, "That's not what Dine LI is." It was Long Island, and it said Dine, and then it had like an L and an I with like a fork and knife, like kind of utensils. And he's like, yeah, but that's not what Dine LI is. He's like, Dine LI is a community, and you have to embrace that in your logo. And I was like, I finally have a good idea, and you just ruined it on me. And he goes, yeah, but you're more than just utensils. He's like, you built a community, like you're looking to help people, and but every idea I give him, he hates. So I mean, then he said to me, he's like, think of Amazon. What does Amazon have to do with Amazon? Look at their logo, it just says Amazon. And I was like, all right. But then he told me a couple other suggestions, and I was just like, all right, now I'm back to the drawing board and trying to find a logo. Like, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself on worrying about what other people think than what I think, and I think that holds me back from a lot of things. And there's times where I just get so filled with emotion that I'll just post on the group, and I'm just like, thank you guys for doing everything that you do. Like, we couldn't do this without you. And there's times where I'll like go on like a 3-page rant about like, I love you so much. Like, you guys are great. Like, this is all we're doing. And it's just like, I guess it's kind of cool because I don't know if like other people feel that way about running a Facebook group. But it's cool. I mean, I'm at the point now where it's like, all right, I hit 25,000 members. Like, like, I don't know what, like, I think I forgot who I told them, like, I don't know if I should be terrified or feel accomplished.
Well, you should feel accomplished.
Well, I don't know, I think I feel more terrified than accomplished.
That just means you care, really. That's
yeah, I mean, I do. I care a lot, and you could tell, like, anyone who's on the group, they know that I care. Like, I will do anything I can to help this industry. Like, I mean, if someone calls me or texts me or messages me and goes, like, I need help, I'm there. Like, I will make sure, I make it a priority to get there. To help them, take pictures, do what I have to do, and pay for my food, because I'm big on that. And I mean, like I said, like I've made countless flyers for people, I've made ads for people, I'll make them that giveaway picture, if they need a picture of like that says like giveaway. I mean, it takes 2 seconds, but like I'll do it. And, I'm like trying to do everything, and I don't ask for anything. So, with the giveaways, like a lot of people wonder if people ask me like, do you ask the restaurants for giveaways? I'm like, I don't. They reach out to me, and right now we're pretty much fully solid booked 3 days a week until April. And it's like I feel bad. I'm like, yeah, our earliest day is April. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. But I always say like, all right, even though it's April, we're gonna have more members in April, so that's more opportunities for you guys to get more likes and follows, and then they're okay with it. Or they just say, fine, we'll take it. But I mean, I like to do like different promotions. I like to do different stuff. I like to promote more of the VIP dinners. We have our first one coming up on the 10th. I forgot this is being aired. Like.
Yeah, this will be like a month from now.
Okay. Well, we had our first VIP dinner on the 10th of February.
And it went great.
Yeah, it went great. So we're looking to kind of do more of that type of thing where we can get people in a restaurant on a day they're closed and have them try the food and do things like with chef's exclusive menus, and we're trying.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
It's really cool what you're doing, and you really have a passion for it. And I'm sure that's resonating through the camera. So everyone who's watching can see that you really do care about what you're doing in the industry that you're trying to help. So how, if people want to, how can people join the group, and also how can they get in touch with you if they maybe have an idea?
They can obviously always message me on Facebook, Alyssa Gadis. The group is Dine LI, Dine-LI. We're working on building our Instagram. As I mentioned to you, I have no idea what I'm doing on Instagram. So it's at dine-li, no, __li. Is that what it is? __li. And I mean, or you can email me at dinelongisland@gmail.com. I mean, I'm pretty open. I always answer people like within 5 minutes, or try to answer them within 5 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to join or have any ideas, like, they could always reach out. I always, welcome everyone's ideas. And if I hate it, I'll tell you no. I'll be like, no, I'm good. I'll pass. I'm not interested, or that's not what I want to do. But yeah, I mean, we're always looking for collaborations. I have a bunch of businesses through my networking group who are sponsoring giveaways. So they go out, they'll buy the gift card, and then they'll give it to us to promote on the group. And they're like, don't even worry about giving us a shout out. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. You guys bought the gift card. And it's just cool. There's different experiences people can get. We just gave away a free night stay at Bay Breeze Inn in Jamesport. It's incredible. What these owners are giving us to promote on our page. And I'm like, you sure? I feel so bad. I don't know why. I'm just people are like, I'm gonna give a $100 gift card. I'm like, why? That's a lot of money.
It's definitely helping them.
Yeah.
I think it really is, because why would so many people want to join if it wasn't?
I know, yeah. I mean, we're just trying to really get more restaurants. I guess a goal of ours too would be to get more into Suffolk County and Queens. So we're kind of very Nassau, Western Suffolk-y based. I guess it's Eastern Nassau. We're trying to get Western Nassau into Queens, and then Eastern Suffolk County. So that's kind of goals of ours too, is to get them involved, get as many restaurants as possible involved. It's a free group. I'm not charging you anything. I tell owners, well, I'm not really, I'm not a Facebook person. I don't like to post. I don't like to self-promote. And I told one restaurant, and he just opened. He's like, I don't really like to promote myself. And I was like, just make one post. I promise you. Make one post. I don't care what it is. Just try it out. Then if it doesn't work, you can tell me. I'm never doing it again. I don't care. He made a post. I think he got 800 likes on his picture. And he probably got about 30, 40 reservations just from that one picture. And it's just the power of the community. We really, really, really want to help everybody. It's just such a supportive group. And I know we've had, Long Island Smoothie Cafe, he posted, he's like, I need help. And they probably got about 35 members going down at his place and supporting him, because he's like, I really need the help. And I don't, it's nice to see that people are really, supportive, and people listen to what I have to say. I'm a nobody. I'm no one important. I'm not, I'm not an influencer. I'm not anything. I'm just a regular person who just cares. And it turned into this monstrosity of a group that I have, and
that's why people resonate with it. It's because
I guess so.
you're just a regular person who cares.
Yeah,
and people
I guess.
People like that. you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people messaging me, like, thanking me for all I do, and I'm like, I really don't do anything. I just provide a platform for people. Like, I just don't.
Well, you certainly do a lot.
I know, I do a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like I do a lot. I feel like there's just so much more that needs to be done, and I'm always thinking of ideas like, what can I do today to help to help a restaurant? Or so we recently came up with a featured business of the day, where I'm featuring different restaurants or food-based businesses every single day. So that's been cool. That's been helpful. So it's something different that we're doing. And each day, like I said, I'm trying to find new things that are, I'd love to do in-person events. I really do. But I understand with COVID and everything that not many people are comfortable. Not people don't want to eat inside, and I'm hoping with the new advances and everything, and that eventually that all changes so we can all gather together and have one big party. Like rent out Jones Beach for a day and be like, hey, everyone from Dine LI can come hang out at beach.
That would be pretty wild.
Have like a bunch of like restaurants with barbecues set up everywhere and showcasing their food. Like I think Long Beach does something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't spend much time in Long Beach.
Yeah, I try not to either. It's too far. Yeah,
so,
okay.
Why did you join the Movers Group?
So I actually met Matt. I think when was it? Like July or August, and I think you said to me like we're looking for places to play. This is when like you're allowed to have live music, like TBT, and so I was like, all right. And then everybody from my network group Connects was like, you need to meet the Movers. You need to meet the Movers. They're millennials. They're your age. And I'm like, okay. And I never really had like friends or like people I'm around as like motivated as I am. Like in my age group, a lot of like my friends are like twice my age or 3 times my age, and that's fine. And so I just like, all right. And then I met with Matt a couple times, and I just love what you guys do. I think everything you guys do is awesome, and just helping the creative industry is amazing. Just like I'm doing for the restaurant industry, you guys are doing for the the creative people. So like if anyone is in the musician-y, art, graphic design, artisty, artsy fartsy I like to call it, industry, you guys should definitely reach out to the Movers. I'm sure they'll put their contact information on here so you guys can check them out. And they have this thing on Patreon. It's like $20 a month, and all that money is going towards helping local creative projects. And we definitely plan on helping restaurants as well with that money, and seeing what we could do with their social media and helping them expand with that $20 a month. So if anyone is interested in helping the local creative community, the artist community, musician community, you guys should definitely check out the Patreon link.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much.